You know how we obsessively read the back of the bag in the store aisle? Yeah, I do it. People stare at me like I'm analyzing the Declaration of Independence. I don't care. But here's the thing that gets me. You see real beef at the very top of the list and you think, yes, I am a good dog parent. You mentally pat yourself on the back, but keep reading down the line. Do you see how they list pea flour, pea protein, and pea starch separately? That right there, that is the oldest, dirtiest trick in the book. It's called ingredient splitting. It's actually kind of brilliant if it wasn't so rude. Basically, they take one massive, cheap filler ingredient and break it into 3 or 4 different fancy-sounding names. Why would they do that? So each little part weighs less individually. This manipulation keeps the meat at the number 1 spot on the list by weight. But if you added all those pea fragments back together, they'd absolutely crush the meat. They would be the main ingredient by a mile. It's literally a math trick. And we fall for it because we want to believe. I fell for it for years, guys. I thought I was feeding my dog an ancestral wolf diet. Turns out I was basically feeding him a very expensive pea salad with a garnish of beef. It makes me want to scream into a pillow.
And then there's the fresh meat first lie, which honestly just hurts my feelings personally, because I love seeing deboned chicken as the first ingredient. It sounds premium. It sounds like a chef prepared it in the back. But here's the harsh reality check nobody tells you. Fresh meat is heavy because it is full of water. Like 70.
But kibble is dry. You know this. It's crunchy dust. So think about the cooking process for a second. When they cook that fresh chicken to make the nuggets, the water evaporates. Poof, gone. And the meat, it shrinks. It shrivels up to a tiny fraction of its original weight. So while it was the heaviest thing when it went into the mixer, by the time it's actually in the bag,
it might be the 4th or 5th ingredient in reality. It's a total illusion. You are paying top dollar for water weight that isn't even there anymore. It's like buying a bag of ice and getting a puddle. Actually, it's worse because you don't even get the puddle, you just get the bill. I look at my old receipts now and I just have to laugh. Otherwise, I'd probably cry.
So you panic and switch to grain-free, right? I did it. We all did it. Grains are the enemy. Wolves don't eat wheat. My dog is basically a wolf, even if this wolf is afraid of the vacuum cleaner and snores like a freight train. So we buy the fancy grain-free bag with the wilderness pictures. But here is the kicker. Grain-free does not mean carb-free. It definitely doesn't mean meat-heavy.
All they do is take out the corn or rice and swap it for potatoes, lentils, or peas. Starch is starch, guys. Your dog's body processes that potato starch pretty much the exact same way. Sometimes it's even worse because they load it up with legumes to boost the protein numbers artificially. So you look at the guaranteed analysis, see 30% protein, and think it's from the duck. Nope, it's from the peas. It's plant protein masquerading as meat. We traded one filler for another and paid $5 more for the privilege. I felt so smug buying those bags too. Walking out of the store like I cracked the code. I didn't solve anything. I just swapped a cornfield for a potato patch. It's tragic. You ever look at the back of a bag and see meat byproducts and just shudder? Yeah, me too. It sounds like something they swept off the floor of the slaughterhouse, doesn't it? Just beaks and feet and generic satness. But here's the chaotic truth. It's not always bad. Technically, byproducts are just the parts we humans are too bougie to eat. We're talking spleens, kidneys, lungs. Organs are actually nutrient bombs for dogs. They love that stuff. I mean, my dog eats cat poop if I turn my back for 3 seconds, so his standards are low. But here is the kicker. The problem isn't the organs themselves, it's the word meat.
just generic meat. When they don't name the animal, that's when you should panic. If it says beef byproduct, okay, cool, we know it's a cow. But generic meat byproduct, that could be anything. It could be roadkill, it could be diseased animals. It's the mystery bag of protein, and not the fun kind. So if you can't identify the species, put the bag down, walk away. Your dog deserves better than Mystery Beast 3000. Now, let's talk about the word natural. I love this one. It's the biggest lie in the aisle. You see a bag with a picture of a wolf on a mountain, and it says, all natural, and you think, wow, this is basically a salad for my dog. Wrong. In the world of pet food, natural means absolutely nothing. Literally, nothing. Arsenic is natural. Botulism is natural. Doesn't mean I'm going to sprinkle it on my kibble for breakfast. The regulations for this word are so loose, they're practically falling off. A bag can claim to be natural and still go through so much processing that the original ingredient is unrecognizable. They can use chemical extraction processes that would make a chemist blush, and they still slap that green leaf on the label. It's emotional manipulation, plain and simple. They know we want to be good pet parents. They know we want to feed them pure, earthy goodness. So they sell us a fantasy. Don't buy the fantasy. Read the ingredient list, not the marketing hype. Natural is just a font choice. Then there is the holy grail, human grade. This sounds perfect, right? Like you could grab a spoon and join your dog for dinner. And honestly, real human grade food is great. But there is a massive loophole here that brands love to exploit. See, there's a difference between made with human grade ingredients and actual human grade dog food. It sounds semantic, I know. I feel like a lawyer just saying it. But it matters. You can start with a beautiful restaurant-quality chicken breast, total human grade. But the second that chicken enters a factory that isn't FDA regulated for human food, it's legally considered feed grade. It's done. It's downgraded. And conversely, some brands will whisper human grade quality on their website, but the bag doesn't legally say it because they haven't passed the inspections. It is a minefield. Unless the package explicitly says human grade and meets the full manufacturing standard, you are just guessing. You are paying a premium for a vibe. And my wallet? It's too empty for vibes. We need facts. You walk down the pet food aisle. You see the bag with the fancy cursive font. It says premium. It says gourmet. It's got a picture of a dog that looks healthier than me on my best day. You think, yes, my dog deserves the best. I've been there. I bought the gold bag. I felt like a good dog parent. But here's the kick in the teeth. Those words, they mean absolutely zero, zilch. The regulatory guys, the AAFCO, they don't define premium. They don't care about gourmet. I could scoop backyard dirt into a bag, slap a gold sticker on it, call it Gourmet Earth Blend, and it's perfectly legal. It's not about quality, it's about marketing. It's about making you feel fancy while you pay 20% more for the same corn-heavy kibble in the bargain bin. It's honestly embarrassing how much money I wasted on adjectives. Just adjectives. You feel duped? You should. So when you see ultra premium, just read it as ultra expensive, because that's all it really tells you. Don't fall for the foil wrapper. Now, let's talk about dinner. Sounds nice, right? Chicken dinner, beef entree. You imagine a steak on a plate, maybe some parsley, a candlelit evening for your golden retriever. But in the dog food world,
dinner is a code word, a trap, a really sneaky little trap. If a bag says beef dog food, it has to be 95% beef. That's the good stuff. But the second you add the word dinner or entree or nuggets, the requirement drops off a cliff. It goes from 95% all the way down to 25%. 25. That's it. So what's the other 75%? Filler, corn, wheat, mystery slush. You think you're buying a steak, but you're buying a loaf of bread with a meatball waved over it. It's deceptive. It's legal lying. And I fed this stuff to my dogs for years, thinking I was a chef. Here you go, buddy, have your entree. I was basically serving them expensive croutons. And then there's the stuff that keeps this food fresh for the apocalypse. Preservatives. Look, nobody wants rancid fat. I get it. But you gotta look at vitamins. Ethoxyquin is a pesticide. It's used to harden rubber, like for tires. Do you want your dog eating tire hardener? Probably not. But it's cheap, so they use it, and they hide it. Sometimes they don't even list it on the label. If they buy the fat already preserved, technically they didn't add it. Loophole city, baby. It's terrifying. We see natural on the front, but the ingredient list reads like a chemistry set from the 1950s. It messes with their liver, it messes with their kidneys, and we wonder why our dogs are getting sick younger. It's not just bad luck, it's the shelf life. You know that bag of kibble that looks like a bowl of Lucky Charms? All those cute little red hearts and green clovers? Yeah, stop buying that. Seriously, put it back on the shelf. Here's the harsh truth. Your dog doesn't give a single flying fluff about the color of their food. They don't. Dogs see the world in blues and yellows, mainly. So that bright red steak-looking chunk? That's not for them. That is entirely for you. It's a marketing trick to make you, the human with the wallet, think, oh look, fresh vegetables, real meat. It's nonsense. Actually, it's worse than nonsense, because to get that color, they use artificial dyes like red 40 or yellow 5. Why are we feeding our dogs paint? These dyes have been linked to hyperactivity, allergies, and even cancer in some studies. And for what? Aesthetic appeal? For an animal that happily eats cat poop out of a litter box? Come on, we have to be smarter than the packaging. If your dog's food is neon, it's a red flag, literally. Stick to the brown stuff. It's boring, sure, but brown is the color of actual meat. Brown is safe. Don't let the pretty colors fool you into poisoning your best friend. Now, let's talk about the word with. It seems innocent, right? Just a tiny preposition. But in the dog food world, this little word is doing some heavy, deceptive lifting. If you see a can that says beef dog food, legally, that has to be mostly beef, like 95% beef. That's the good stuff. But add that one little word, dog food with beef, and everything changes. The requirement drops from 95% all the way down to 3%. 3%! That is not a meal. That is a garnish. That is a whisper of a cow passing by the factory on a windy day. It's basically a bowl of corn or wheat with a sprinkle of meat confetti. And they charge you premium prices for it. It makes me want to scream. You think you're buying a steak dinner, but you're buying expensive filler. Always check the label. If with is in the name, put your BART up. It's the 3% rule, and it is absolutely designed to trick you. Don't fall for the grammar games. You want the meat to be the main event, not a cameo appearance. Read the back, not just the front.
And if you thought width was bad, wait until you hear about flavor. This one is it's insulting. Beef flavor. Sounds tasty, right? Wrong. Under AFCO regulations, if a bag says beef flavor, it doesn't actually have to contain any beef at all. 0. None. It just has to contain a source of beef flavor. That could be beef meal, sure, but it could also be digests, or just plain old chemicals mixed in a lab to trick your dog's taste buds. It's the culinary equivalent of a scratch and sniff sticker. It's a ghost. You are paying for the idea of meat. Your dog is eating flavored sawdust, and we're patting ourselves on the back for being good pet parents. It's brutal. And the worst part? Dogs are smart, but their noses can be fooled by these intense chemical sprays. They wolf it down, so you think, oh, he loves it. But he loves the chemical lie, not the nutrition. Because there isn't any nutrition in a flavor. Treat flavor as a warning sign. If the meat isn't listed as the first ingredient, and they have to rely on flavor to sell it, walk away. Just walk away. Okay, look. We really need to talk about the word meal. Chicken meal, lamb meal, whatever. I used to think this meant a lovely little dinner. You know, like a Sunday roast played up for Buster. I was so naive back then. It's almost embarrassing. But no, meal is actually code for rendered. Basically, they take the water and fat out, then they bake the leftovers into a powder. Is it bad? Surprisingly, no. It's actually super concentrated protein. But here is the catch. If the label just says meat meal, run. Seriously, put the bag down and walk away. Because vague meat could be anything. It could be roadkill, it could be a zoo animal, it could be my lost patience. So named meals are fine, but mystery meals are a lie. Now, let's get into the veggie trap. Specifically, the carbohydrate fillers pretending to be health food. You see a picture of a fresh garden pea on the bag. It looks so wholesome, doesn't it? You think, oh, my dog is getting his greens. Wrong. Most of the time, those peas and potatoes are just cheap filler. They use them to replace grains so they can slap grain-free on the label. I fell for this for years, by the way. I thought I was being such a good dog parent. But dogs don't need a potato salad. They really don't. These ingredients are full of starch and sugar. It spikes their blood sugar just like corn does. But the worst part? They use these plants to boost the total protein count, so you think you're buying meat, but you're actually buying expensive pea flour. It is deceptive, and frankly, it's ruining their waistlines. All right, the big one. The phrase complete and balanced. It sounds perfect. It sounds like a Zen master made this kibble. We see that stamp and we stop worrying. We trust it. But do you know what that standard actually measures? It is the bare minimum. It's the baseline requirement to keep an average dog from getting a deficiency. That is it. It doesn't mean healthy. It doesn't mean optimal. It means survival. Imagine if you ate fortified cardboard for every meal. The lab says it has all your vitamins. You wouldn't die of scurvy. You'd be complete and balanced, but you would feel absolute garbage. That is what we are feeding them. It's survival rations masquerading as a feast. We have to stop accepting the minimum as the best.